Hi everybody! During one of our recent video chats, you have asked for a new video tutorial about our compact dry kits. So your wish is our command, and here I am to explain you about these kits. We have two sorts of kits, and the type is written on the aluminium foil here. This one is the TC and this one is the YM. YM is for yeast and mold and TC is total count. Before I proceed, this is not a replacement for a professional microbiological test or a challenge test. This is a kind of home test that you can easily apply and run in your home lab, in your kitchen lab, or in your small laboratory, just to test your new ingredients and new formulations. And then, depending on the results of the test, you will send your samples for a challenge test or for a real microbiological test. So this is a kind of semi-quantitative, rather qualitative test for your own use. But it's a kind of reassurance before you send all of your samples to the laboratory and pay for them. These kits come in a pack of 4 ready to use kits, and each kit, when you open the foil, preferably gather all of your samples so that you use all of the 4 kits at once when you have enough samples. If not, then you break the kit and you bring the rest back into the foil so that they are protected against light and heat, and you'll close the aluminum foil with a tape. Store it at room temperature. The advantage of these kits is that they could be transported and stored at room temperature, but when you break the seal and open the seal, use the rest within maximum 2 weeks. So try to open the container or the seal when you have enough samples to test. Not that you test one sample and then forget the whole for several months, then you have to discard it, and they are really rather expensive. You don't want to waste your money. This is a substrate with enough food for bugs to grow on, and you need to transfer your sample somehow here for the test. You have here space to write the name or number of the samples. If you have 10-20 samples, somehow you will need to identify them, and to apply the material. So far we have had these swabs, and they are unfortunately discontinued, so we have a small rest of them. You may receive them or you may have already ordered them. The new ones are slightly different, but they do basically the same. These are mainly for the food industry, and they are designed for testing the surface. They apply the swab over the surface, the counter, and they test if the counter is contaminated or not. So how to work with them? Have everything ready. Then you have your kit. Here I have my swab. It is in a ready to use buffer solution. So I will screw the cap off and take the swab out of the solution. You can here squeeze it so that the extra solution is dripped off, and then you'll take your swab and dip it in your cream. Just take a little bit of the cream, you don't need a ton of the cream, and then bring it back into the container and shake it for a while horizontally. Do not shake it wild up and down. Shake it horizontally so that the buffer solution is in contact or dissolves the cream. You can do it the same with hydrogels. You can do it the same with even lower viscosity creams or toners or even raw material. After a while and after you have shaken the swab, you turn it over, open the cap, screw the other side open, and then drop your solution over the surface of this substrate. Close the cap. Shake it for a while. Write down the name of the sample. Then turn it upside down and incubate it. It works the same with the other one. Almost the same principle. You open the cap, you use the swab to take the sample, you dilute it, and then you turn it upside down and use the liquid over the substrate. Now we'll come to the incubation. For the total count, the TC is total count, and it counts all of the microorganisms, or it shows all of the microorganisms. We'll show you a contaminated sample in a few minutes. For the total count, you need to incubate these kits or these discs at 35 degrees for about 48 hours. For the YM, that is yeast and mold, you need to incubate them for 3 to 7 days between 25 to 30 degrees. If you have a suitable incubator, that is excellent, and you can bring your samples to the incubator and stack them on top of each other. These can hold, I think, about 50 samples perhaps. If you don't have an incubator and don't want to invest in one at the moment, that's totally okay. You can find a suitable place, a kind of isolating bag, box, or wrap them in a towel, or put them where they are exposed to heat but not to sun. Cover them so you can provide them with the required temperature. It mustn't be that deadly exact. It could be plus minus 2, and the results will show even at room temperature. So you don't necessarily need to have one of these incubators, but if you know that you are testing a lot of samples, then it is perhaps reasonable to think about investing in one of these incubators. So we'll come to you and show you a contaminated sample. This is freshly done, so it doesn't show anything. To be honest, we don't have any contaminated samples by us, but we used our kitchen sponge that is definitely contaminated, or not really contaminated, but has some microorganisms, and we deliberately used it on one of these discs to create the contamination, to show you how it sees. Once you are finished with your test, you want to discard the items you have used. Check with your authorities what are the exact regulations in your region, but basically they should be sterilized and then disposed of. If you have an autoclave, you need to autoclave them, but most of us do not have any autoclave, to be honest. So we usually put them in a plastic bag and boil them in water for about 20 minutes. And then when it's cooled down, then discard them. Or you can use chemicals for sterilization, but it is not quite environmental friendly. You can, however, use bleach and chlorine, soak them in chlorine for a while and then dispose them. Either way, you need to sterilize them and then dispose them. This is the contaminated sample that I have promised to show you. Against the white background, you can easily see it, and it shows some dots. They are not big colonies, but the complete surface is covered with dots and microorganisms. It was our kitchen sponge dripped over the surface of the compact dry, and the whole surface except a small piece here in the middle is contaminated. When you have a contaminated sample, usually they start with single dots, and if the sample is really contaminated, the dots will grow and will expand. And this sample, this disc, was actually stored at room temperature. We didn't use any incubator. This is summer now, and the outside temperature is around 29, 28. The inside temperature is something between 19 to 22 degrees centigrade. It is in winter, perhaps we need to wrap them in a towel or in a blanket if we don't use any incubator, but in summer you can easily see the results within a few days, even at room temperature and without any incubation. This is a TC kit or a TC disc, a total count, so you cannot really distinguish between yeast, mold and bacteria. But for most of the cases, it is enough to know if there is any contamination at all. And the TC, which is much cheaper than the YM, the yeast and mold kit, will show you the results.